Good morning and welcome to one and all on day 7 of IQSC organized 12 days capacity building program. Our topic for today's session is on data representation using Excel, which will be taken by our resource person, Dr. Sindhu P. Ma'am is the Assistant Professor and Coordinator, Department of Computer and Information Science of Nagendas Khandwala College. Ma'am has worked as Assistant Professor and currently she is a visiting faculty with Department of Computer Science, University of Mumbai. She is a subject expert and Vice Chancellor nominee in interview panel for the appointment of teaching staff at various colleges. She has implemented online examination and virtual lab platform for the college and sufficient training and troubleshooting with the technical team was also provided. Ma'am has various awards and recognitions to her credit. She is the gold medalist in Avishkar Research Convention held in academic year 2018-19 at the University of Mumbai level in the Engineering and Technology feature category. She has led the team of students from University of Mumbai for the E-Yantra robotics competition organized for engineering college faculties by IIT Bombay. The team won consolation prize and received 8 Firebird 5 robots for the department as appreciation. Her research interest lies in knowledge engineering of Indian heritage science. She has presented in various national and international conference proceedings. Ma'am has completed one minor research project and has also applied for a major research project under UGC STRIDE scheme. Ma'am has also applied for 3 patents for which response to first evaluation report is submitted. Ma'am, we are happy to have you as our resource person for our capacity building program and also eager to hear from you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vishakha. It is my privilege to interact with this esteemed participants and researchers in this platform. Warm good morning to all the participants and organizers. Without taking much of your time, let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible to the participants.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So welcome to the presentation, and all participants, please make a note. I may not be going fully with the presentation because it's a hands-on session also. So data representation using Excel, I may be switching between my presentation and the Microsoft Excel platform. Here I'll be using the Google platform for or Google Sheets for Excel. So let me start with, so the roadmap of today's presentation would be, we will start with a small introduction about data collection, what already covered by other speakers. And we will start with how to begin Excel in the Google platform so that we all will be working with the same version of the Excel instead of the diverse installations on our PCs. And how do we enter the data? And we discuss about the data visualization and some data analysis that we can do with Excel. This is overall plan for the day. So to begin with, data collection is already covered by speakers. What we do in our research or maybe in the statistical analysis, we have a population and we take a sample which is a representation of our population, a representative sample, I have to say. We collect, and we have already discussed about diverse sampling methods like random sampling, stratified sampling, and etc. And based on the sample that we have chosen, we reach to some conclusion or inference about our population. This is what we are going to do in our statistical analysis. Right. So here, today what we are discussing is about the sample that we have collected, the data that we have collected from our population, maybe by personal interview, maybe with the help of a questionnaire, maybe by experiment, maybe by observation, whatever be the method of data collection, or it may be a secondary data or a primary data. Based on the data that we have collected, now we are entering into the statistical analysis of the data. Right? So initially, first phase, what we are doing today, and then tomorrow's sessions, you will be seeing about the hypothesis testing and the higher statistical application. I think Delvi sir and Raju sir will be covering those aspects. So here I'm talking about the basic understanding. Once we collect the data, from that, quickly, what all information we can gather, what all estimation we can make about our data. That is what we are going to cover today. Right? So begin with, initially, we are collecting some data. Now, the data that we have collected can be a qualitative data or a quantitative data, right? Can any participants quickly help me with what is a qualitative data? You can use the chat window also.
The participants can unmute themselves also.
Okay, maybe some technical issues at their end also. Let me continue. So qualitative data, the thing which we cannot actually measure in terms of numbers. For example, the country or the locality which you belong to, or your favorite color, or you may be rating. At the end of the workshop, you may be getting a sheet where you will be rating the session about the about maybe the session, maybe the technical arrangements. You may be giving a 5-point scale rating, or maybe 7-point scale, depending on, or 10 points, whatever. So these cases are not, for example, the clarity of this session. For example, you have to rate the clarity or of my speech or voice. How do you evaluate? There can be some technical issue at my end. Due to that, my voice may not be so audible. There can be some other issue because, so different participants may be listening to my voice or this session with a different clarity level. But how do you rate the quality? You cannot rate the quality just qualities for, like you are measuring what is the room temperature now. I can measure the room temperature. I can say that the room temperature right now where I'm sitting is, say, 22 degrees. The same way, you cannot measure the voice quality, or you cannot rate a session. You cannot rate the quality of a food or a restaurant that you're visiting. We may be giving 4-star, 5-star, whatever be the rating, right? It's not a numerical value. Different people may be rating it in a different way. But the temperature of this room, if how many people measure it, it has a numerical value and it is fixed. It's not going to change person to person. The height of a person, weight. So the quantitative data, which you can quantify or measure, and qualitative data, we cannot assign a numerical value directly to it. There may be some, range you may be using, or there can be some nomenclature. For example, the country, which country you belongs to, that is your nationality. You cannot measure it by any scale. You can, there is some names given. So the nominal data, in the qualitative data, there is something called nominal data, which is used for naming, labeling purpose. So the country, gender, etc. comes into. Same way, our PIN code, though it looks like a numerical data, PIN code is not a measurement as such. It's a code again. So that phone number, PIN code, etc. also comes under nominal data. Then comes the ordinal one, that is the range. You may be putting A grade or grade after the examinations, or you may be giving a rating like a good, neutral, bad, etc. Or maybe a 5-point scale rating like excellent, very good, etc. All this comes into ordinal data. Now coming to the numerical data, one is the temperature, year, etc. numerical values. And the other one is ratio data. Ratio data means it's a numerical data, but where we are having a true zero. What do you mean by a true zero? The zero in one measuring scale is the zero in other measuring scale also. For example, distance. If I measure distance in, say, meter, or maybe in inches, or centimeter or inch, 0 centimeter, 0 inch, all are same. That is not the case with the temperature. If I take temperature, temperature say 22 degrees Celsius, if our 0 degrees Celsius temperature is not 0 degree in some other scale, for example, if I measure it in Kelvin, it is 273 Kelvin at that point. So 0 is not 0 across the different scales. So numerical data also, we are having two categories, interval data as well as ratio data. Ratio data where the true 0 exists. Area 0, irrespective of whether you measure it in square meter, square foot, the 0 area is 0 itself. Okay, so this is a brief revision about the different data types. And what we need in the data analysis in Excel is whether qualitative data or quantitative data. Both the data, the way we are treating is different. That is what I want to say. Any queries up to here, participants? Okay, now coming to today's session, I will be going ahead with a sample data which I have downloaded. It is a secondary data I have taken from the source which I have mentioned over there. From already the web link is given on top. So I have taken this Titanic data set, and this data set is about, I think all of you are familiar with the Titanic shipwreck that happened and etc. So the details of the passengers in that Titanic ship is the sample data which I have taken. So here the first column mentioned about the survivors. 0 means not survived, 1 means survived, and etc. The passenger class, first class, second class, whatever be the class in which they were traveling, name of the passenger, sex, and the age of the passenger, then siblings or spouses or anybody along with them, parents or children on board with them, what was the fare, and so on. So this is one sample data which I have taken for today's session. Okay. Instead of that, actually, when you work here, this will be your actual research data, which your primary data or the secondary data that you must have collected. So here you can see that the passenger class survived, etc. are the qualitative data or ordinal data, right? Survived 0 or 1. I just gave a label, whether yes or no, 0 or 1. It's not a numerical value which I have measured using some measuring device or anything, right? So survived 0 or 1 is an ordinal data or a qualitative data. Then coming to the passengers class, first class, second class, third class, again, qualitative data only. It is not measured as such with any measuring device. It's some category names given, though we are using a numerical ones. Okay, same way, name, sex. Now, when it comes to age, what about age? Is it qualitative or quantitative? May I see some responses? Age of the passenger. It is quantitative.
Quantitative.
Quantitative. Yeah, thank you for the response. It's quantitative because age is something which we can measure. So age is a quantitative data, not like survived or passenger class. Siblings or parents aboard, etc. So again, it is quantitative because number of siblings on board in the ship, number of parents or children on board. So all these are again quantitative. Fare is again quantitative data. So this is a mixed data set where we have some qualitative data as well as quantitative data. That is the purpose of choosing this specific data set. Now coming to Excel. How do you start with Excel? To start with Excel, here I will be showing you the Excel or the spreadsheet from Google platform. And the reason, since there is a hands-on session also happening, the different versions of Excel may be creating a little difference in the menus and etc. There can be minute differences and which may cause confusion. So let us all stick to the Google platform so that we are all working with the same version and same template. That's the purpose. So for starting Excel from your Google, one way is you can go to https://docs.google.com. slash spreadsheet. Okay, so using this link, you can open and sign into your Google account. I will just show here. And for convenience, I'm switching off the camera, because otherwise it will be very difficult when I share the screen, one bandwidth. And the second issue will be when I'm looking at the screen and working, it will look very odd. So just with that reason, I'm just stopping my video for some time. Yeah, now going to the spreadsheet. I'm sharing the screen. You can see once you click that link or once you go to that, it will ask you to sign in. You can enter your email address, you can password, and you can click next over here. Okay, that is one way. Second way, you can go to your Gmail account. In the Gmail account, you can see these 9 dots on the right hand corner. From there, you can click and you can go to your screen. Because of the personal private message and privacy, I'm not going to my Gmail account right now, but you can click over here and you can do it. Okay, or you can go to docs.google.com/spreadsheets and you can go to that window. Okay, so I will show you the sample sheet, how it looks like. I have taken the data sheet like this. So this is our sample data, right, which I opened in my Google Sheet, docs.google.com spreadsheet. So what you can do, I repeat, you can download your data set and you can put it in your Google Drive and open it. It will directly open with this docs.google.com, or you can open the sheet and you can copy paste your data. May I know participants are following or any queries up to here? I hope no queries means you are following. Shall I proceed? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Manisha, for the response. Yeah. So now I have opened my data in Google Sheet. Or those who are opening with the Microsoft Excel, you will be getting all the similar screen. There may be minute differences in the menu and all that. So now let us have a look at the menu. We are having a file menu. File menu gives you an option to open a new spreadsheet, or you can open an existing spreadsheet. These are like our other Microsoft Word. Everywhere we are getting the same option, and we have an option to rename our sheet, and also you have an option to download the sheet. Okay. At the end of the session, I may be sharing the sheet with you. So you can go to this download from the file menu. And you can download it as Microsoft Excel option, and you can work with the same sheet on your PC. Okay. Yeah, so you can do all these options. And there is another option, make a copy. So when I share this particular Excel sheet with you at the end of the session, you can go to this make a copy and you can save a copy in your drive also. So this option also exists with you, or you can download and upload it in the drive or open it in your PC. Then go to edit option. What this edit option gives you, edit menu gives you the option to copy. For example, I want to copy something from here. This edit menu help me to copy, paste something on all this option, like all other platform, like your Microsoft Word, and everywhere we are using the same thing, same way. Then you have an option to view. Now, in the view, what all things we are giving? See, first option, one which we generally require is freeze. What do you mean by freezing? I'll show you. Suppose now I have not opted for any freeze option. And when I scroll the sheet, the header information is lost. It is scrolling. That also gets scrolled, for example, right? There may be a requirement. I want to see this header information and I want only the data to be scrolled, for example. So I will be going to view, freeze, what you want to freeze. I have frozen one row. Now you can see when I scroll, this heading remains same and only the data is scrolling. So this one feature helps us to understand. As our data set here, my data set has 887 rows. 887 passengers information from Titanic ship is there in my secondary data. So when I scroll that through the data set, my this header information is frozen. If I don't want to do, I can again no rows. So the freezing is gone. I get it like initial. Is it clear, all of you? And same way, we can freeze the column also. Suppose you're working with the student data. There are many teachers also present over here. You must be handling with the students' internal marks. There may be a lot of information where we may be having different column, multiple class tests are conducted, activities are conducted. So there may be many columns which we may not be able to fit within a single screen. So same way we can freeze the column also, one column, for example. I just froze the first column. So as I move through the sheet, you can see the first column is frozen. Means I can freeze the student roll number over there and I can scroll what is active. Yeah, I will share. I will share the whole PPT with you at the end of the session. So you will be having the link to the data sheet, this Titanic data sheet also with you. Anyway, so you will be getting it. Otherwise also I'll share it right now. I'm showing you right now how to share a Google sheet with other people if you want to, because sometimes your research may be a combined one. So right now I'm showing, because as one participant has asked for the data sheet, what I'm doing, see, I have an option, I'm the owner. Now it is giving you anyone with the link can open. I hope you have seen it. General access I have given. What access option I have given? I can give a restricted option. Since it is an institutional ID, it is asking me, it should be shared only within the NKC ID, that is not within the organization. Or if it is restricted, means without my permission, nobody can access it. Now, here, since it is not a confidential data, it is not my actual research data, then I'm sharing it with anyone with the link. And what access I have to give? I should allow them to only view. I should allow them to make some comments in the data set, or do I want them to be an editor? Be very careful while sharing your research data. If I share it with editor option with the participants, anyone with the link is an editor of my data. What does it mean? Can anyone say? If I share the data like this with people, what would be the impact? Anyone can edit my data. Somebody may edit genuinely. Somebody may by mistake tamper my data. Okay. So data can get changed in my sheet, which I don't want. So I'm giving only the view option. So anyone with the link can view the data. This is what I'm doing. Then I'm copying the link. Now the link is copied and I'm clicking done. Now what am I doing? I'm coming to the window and I'm sharing it. Just a minute. I'm sharing it with in the chat window. I hope you all got the sheet, whatever I'm working with. You can open and confirm me so that I can proceed. Got it? Yeah, thank you. So you are getting the same sheet which I'm working with now. You can open at your end and you can see also. And see, here I can see also how many people open the sheet. I'm able to see here also. Correct? So when you share the sheet with someone, you will be able to see how many people are accessing it and etc. This feature is available. So once it is a collaborative research, you may have to share the data with ownership or anything. That's why I have introduced Google Sheet, because if I work on my PC and Excel, I have to email the sheet and etc. Here we can have a collaborative working platform. Shall I proceed? So first of all, you got an idea about the data set. And now how do we share the data and work in a collaborative mode? That also. But now you won't be able to do any editing because I have given only view option to all of you. right? Now I'm coming to different operations. And you can see one more thing. Sometimes what happened, we will be having an data. After working with that, we realize, my God, something happened and my original data got tampered, right? Excel provides an option. You can right click over there. I hope all are able to see it. Here we can create multiple sheets. Right now I'm working with one sheet, which is my original data. I don't want my original data to get tampered as I work with it, right? So what I do, I will be right clicking on it. You can click the right button of your mouse and click on duplicate. Can you see? Duplicate. When I duplicate, a copy of original data is created over here. Can you see? One new sheet is created, copy of original data. If I want to rename, I want to give, say, my data, I can rename also. By right click and rename, you can rename it as any. So this is now my working data. My original data is here, which is not getting altered by whatever I'm doing over here. Clear? So while working with your original data, please remember, always preserve your original intact so that later on you need not go and collect the data again. Okay. Now, when I come, shall I proceed? Participants, up to here, all of you are there with me? Okay. Yeah. Now I'm proceeding to diverse operations of it. Before that, let us have a quick look at our PPT. So we have done right now how to start with Microsoft Excel. How to start with Google spreadsheet, which is equivalently Microsoft Excel, which I'm taking online. And even your Microsoft, your Hotmail ID, Outlook ID also gives you the access to sheets and the sharing in the same way. So it need not be only from your Gmail ID. You can go from Microsoft IDs also. You will be getting the equivalent Microsoft sheet available and you can work with. So this part is done. And then we are coming to our actual demonstration. So first part we are discussing is about sorting the data. Why do we sort the data? Sometimes we have to sort it according to the locality. We want to club the people with the same locality, or we may have to sort for example, if it is student, we have to sort them according to their roll number or alphabetical order of the name, or depending on, suppose this kind of a requirement comes to you. What we will do first, we will select the column on which the data is to be sorted. First, I will go to the Excel sheet and show you. I'm going to my sheet and I will show you here. So I have created. Here, if you have to sort the data, what you have to do? See, this is the way you all are getting. I have not signed it to the account, so it is telling me you can only view this file. So what I have to do, I have to sign in. This is what I told you at the beginning. When you open a sheet, see, my data set is open. Now, I have gone to sorting. Now, how do you sort the data? To sort the data, you have on the tab, you can see the data option. Can you see on the menu bar? On the menu, file, edit, view, insert, format, then you can see the data. So go to data. Next, what you have to do? You have to sort. First option, sort sheet. Now, what is a sheet? Sheet is these Excel sheets. These are the sheet, original data, my data, sorting. These are the different sheets that I have, data sheets that I have created in Excel. And I'm going to this sort sheet by column, what column you want to sort. Sort sheet by column from Z to A. I will show you what happens. Let me work on my demo data. Suppose I have chosen, I want to sort the passengers according to their age. Suppose I clicked at this column, I have gone to data, sort the sheet by column E. Okay, from A to E. See, the passengers are sorted according to their age. So there are passengers, the passenger with minimum age in the Titanic shipwreck was 0.42, 0.42. And the oldest passenger, now see that is sorted and you're getting the information about the oldest passenger also. Scroll down, there are 887 passengers in this case. So I'll scroll down. The highest age is 80. But what happened, you see, my column header also came down. You noticed the name, sex, etc. also got sorted. So this is not the way which we are expecting, right? I did something wrong. So I have to undo it. How do I undo? There is a button over here. You can see undo on the left hand corner. I cancel. Whatever I have done is cancelled. So what happened? I should give a bit details about it, how to sort. So what I'm doing, I have selected the whole data which I have to sort. Data. Now you can see sort range. Okay, so I always advise you to go by this method to avoid unexpected result. I have selected the whole area which I have to sort. Clear? And I have gone to the second option, sort range. And I'm coming to advanced range sorting option. Instead of directly sort by A to Z, see, my data has a header row. You have to choose this. Now sort by which column? Sort by age. A to Z represent ascending order, that is increasing order of sorting. Z to A means decreasing order. The largest value first, smallest value next. So which way I want to sort? Suppose I want to sort in the ascending order or increasing order, starting with the smallest and the largest value comes at end. So I'm sorting by age in the ascending order. If I want to, within the age, suppose I want to sort by say male, female. So add another column and I will be choosing the passenger's sex. A to Z. So female comes first because alphabetical order, female comes first and then male. So according to the age, if the same age is coming, within that male, female sorting will happen. This is what I'm opting for. So click on sort. Now you can see. According to the age, 0.42 only male. You can see age 1. See, so age 1, if you are looking at this, age 1, females came first and male came next. Why? Because I have given the sorting option first by age and then by sex. So same age group, according to their sex or gender, they are sorted within that. And my whole data sheet also is sorted and my header information also is intact. Is this part clear? Or should I repeat? Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you. So this is one part I want to discuss. It's about sorting. So let us revise quickly. What you want? You have to select the column on which the data is to be sorted, and then you will go to the data, sort the sheet, and sort the ascending order. And if you have to sort again, within that, again another field also you need, like a gender I have opted here. You can give another column also for another feature also for the sorting purpose. Okay, now coming to the next one, we will see now some basic operation. How do we insert certain formula? Okay, so what you have to do for inserting the formula, first there is a formula bar. You can see here with a sigma symbol on the right hand corner of your sheet. So you will go to formula denoted by sigma on the top right-hand corner of the sheet. From there, you will choose the required function. Let us see that. Yeah, my data set is open. I'm going to the particular sheet. I'll show you. Suppose I want to insert a formula here. Okay. Which one? Which cell? Yeah, this part I forgot to tell. How do you mention, give a notation for a cell? Here you can see on top A, B, C, D, etc. So a particular cell which I have chosen right now is on cell J, that is column J, and row number 20. So this cell which I have selected is J20. Okay, so at column number J20, I'm going to enter a formula. Okay. Now, if I have to enter a formula, now what am I doing? I'm going to the sheet. You can see the sigma symbol over there where it is showing that functions, right? You can click on the functions. Now see, there are some basic functions given over here. One is sum. What do you mean by sum? Definitely, we all know sum of the values. So this sum, average, count, maximum, minimum, these can be applied only on a quantitative data. Please remember the difference between sorting you can do based on a qualitative data or a quantitative data maybe. But if you take a qualitative data, your sorting will be based on alphabetical order, right? The sorting is done in the alphabetical order. When we go to the quantitative data, that is the numerical data, you can have these kind of arithmetic operation, numerical operations on it. So sum is the average, count, max, min, that is the maximum, minimum, etc. Suppose I want to see what is the minimum age of the passenger. Okay, I want to take min. Now, the formula came over here, equal to min. Now, minimum of what? I have clicked on that E, minimum of column E. Press enter. It came 042. Already we have seen the same in our sorting, right? When we sorted, the minimum age was 0.42 and the maximum age also we have seen. What is the maximum age? 80. Maximum age was 80, right? Now the same thing I have used here for the formula. Minimum age I got 0.42. You can see the formula. Now look at the highlighted portion, the blue highlighted one. I have taken minimum of column E, and here I took max of column, right? Is it clear? Next, what I have done, I want to get the count of the passenger. How many male members are there? Can anyone suggest how do I go with it? How can I get how many male members are there in the were there in the Titanic? You want to try? If anybody is working with the sheet, you can try along with me. You will go here. And there is an option count, right? We feel that this count will give us the solution, right? Quickly we get a feel, oh, this count will give, let me try, okay? So I'm trying here, I'm trying here. I clicked count. Count of what? Okay, I choose D, right? Like earlier. What happened? It is giving me 0. Why is it so? Because I have chosen, first of all, wrong function. What count gives? This count gives me the count of numerical values in that field. That is qualitative data, sorry, quantitative data, numerical value. So in the sex column, I don't have any numerical value. It is only male, female. Because of that, this count function is not serving the purpose. So if you want to get the count of a particular category, the count is not the function that you have to use. Count will give you the number of numerical values in that particular column. Is it clear? I'll show you example. If I'm taking, say count, let me choose E. 887 I'm getting, because there are 887 numerical values in this particular column. I told there are 887 passengers, so 887 age values are there. So the count always gives you the count of numerical data. Clear? So this is a bit confusing when you open the menu. That's what I told, why I should not take count. Then let me come down. There are many options. See, I have different functions available. Engineering functions are available. Many functions are available over here. So let me come to the statistical functions over here. Let me see. I'm getting different functions over here, right? And along with it, 1 second, I'll show you. Yeah, along with the mathematical functions, math functions, you can see there is a function COUNTIF, right? So COUNTIF I'm choosing. In COUNTIF, what should I count? In this column, if the person is male. Typing error, just a minute. See, I'm taking the sample. See, count if, what I have done, I have to choose the column. Count if I have chosen from column D. So once you select the column, like D column D denotes all the values in column D, and I want to count male. So this is what I have done. Count if, I'll repeat, go to formula, math, count if, and then which column? Column D, and I have to go with see 573, which already I have calculated and kept. 573 male. I hope you are able to read the formula on top, and also the same formula, count of female passengers. May I know whether this much is clear? How do you get the count of some values? Okay, thank you. Thank you for the response. Yeah. I hope no more queries also. I'm proceeding. Same way, other mathematical formula which you may have to use frequently is average. What is the average age of the passengers? What should we do? I have to go again, functions, and scroll. Already there is given average, right? Average of what you want. Average age I want. This is my age column. I clicked it. Then press enter. Average age is 29.47, so on, which already I have calculated here for your reference in the sheet with you. So you can open the sheet and see also what formula I have applied. Right? Now, coming to next, I want to know the number of survivors. Okay? So let me see, let me assume 1 denote the people who have survived and 0 denote not survived. That is a general notation everywhere. 0 means false part and 1 means true. This is the general notation. So 1 represents the number of people who have survived and 0 represents who are not survived. I want to know the number of survivors. What can I do? Anybody, your ideas? Since it is 0 and 1, Just by taking a count of all the values in this column, I will be able to get, right? If all ones will add up and all zeros also are not contributing anything to my sum. So altogether, if I take a sum of this column, I will be getting the number of survivors since it is just by a 0 and 1. Is it? Are you following? Or I can use my COUNTIF function. How many ones are there? That also I can do. So what I'm doing, I'm taking the sum. For example, I go to formula, sum of what? This column. Press enter, 342, I got the number of survivors by sum. Else what I can do, I can go to COUNTIF, right? Can anybody say, how do I use COUNTIF? I click on COUNTIF. Which column? Column A. And what should I count? If the value is 1, I should count it. I'm getting the same number here. I got the same. So the same calculation we may be able to do in different ways, depending on what data is present. So first of all, you have to load the data, just go through the data, which way the information is represented. Then we can remove this kind of information out of your data. Okay. I don't want to confuse with the multiple data. So whatever I have entered newly, I'm deleting from the sheet. And all these sample formula, everything is there in the sheet, which I have shared with you. Fine, all of you? So there are a lot of formulas. So as per the requirements, you can explore it from this formula bar. Any queries up to here? Okay, if not, I'm proceeding. So this is what we have discussed just now. Some sample formula I have shown. So from the formula denoted by sigma, you can choose the required function from the drop-down list and supply the required values for the parameters. So different functions will be having different parameters. If you have to calculate the minimum of a column, I have to give only the column value. But in the case of COUNTIF, which column I have to count and for what value? I have to give 2 parameters in the case of COUNTIF. Fine. Okay, now next one, data visualization. Now, what is the purpose of visualizing the data? Anybody? The visualization gives us a clear understanding, because many times than seeing the data in a tabular form, once we represent them using different charts, yeah, easy. Yes, Manisha. Easy and clear. We are getting a lot of insight into the data once we can give a visualization to it. For example, here I have given a sample histogram, parents or children aboard. So how many cases such parents were there aboard? There are more than 600 cases where the parents were there, parents or children aboard. That information I'm getting from this data. Sorry, 0 parents, 0. You can look at here. There are 0, no parents aboard. There are 600 cases. 1 parent or child aboard. There are approximately 100 cases. And there are 2 parents or children aboard. There are approximately 50 to 75. From this, you can understand. So this kind of a visualization, we will not be getting if you look at the whole data set. This 887 data, if you look, you may not be getting this consolidated information. Same way, in the Titanic, where the males were, what is the proportion of male and female? Just looking at the data once may not be visible. But now when I represented it in the form of a donut chart, this chart gives me 35.4% are female and 64.6% are male. This gives me the pattern of the data. So data visualization gives a clear and gives a better understanding of the data. It helps us to understand the patterns in our data also. Okay. Now, how do we do the data visualization? Look at the data. What we have to do? We have to go to insert menu, insert, and then you are having different options. See, we can insert some cells, we can insert certain rows, we can insert column, etc. And we can insert a chart. So we are going to this option, insert a chart, and then we will be giving the required parameter. You can see on the right hand side, there is a chart editor, which type of chart we want, etc. Information we will be providing over there, and we get the chart plotted. Let us see. Open the data set. Yeah. Now I'm going to charts. Right. We will take a small break after this charts. Okay.
Yes.
After. And so first what we are doing, I'm going to insert what I have to insert. Now let us see this part also. What do you mean by insert row? Insert one row above. So what I do, I'm going here. Suppose now I'm in row number 6. Insert rows, insert one row above. You can see one row is inserted, and you can type the data. I want to type something. See, you can do here, and your data can be updated. If you want to delete, you can just select the whole thing, right click. You have an option to delete row. Clear? Delete. So this way you can insert row or insert column to your spreadsheet. And you can insert a new sheet also. Insert in, which I have shown by right click and etc. Now, if you want to insert a blank sheet, you can click here, you can insert a sheet. You can insert an image. All these options are available. You can insert a function, right? You see, here I have shown you the function can be inserted from this bar with the sigma symbol. Same thing you can do from here also. Insert function. You are getting the same list here, right? Some average count, etc. So this sigma, which I have shown, is a shortcut. Alternatively, from insert bar, you can take the same thing. Now go to insert, and I'm going to the option chart. Insert chart. Now you can see here, it open, the chart editor is open here. Right? Now, which chart you want? Suppose I want a column chart. I opted. Which chart you want? All types are available. Right? I can have a pie chart also. This is the donut which I have shown here with the male, female. So here I'm opting for a, say, pie chart. Suppose pie chart, which data range you want, which column you want. So I want to take a pie chart of the passenger class, for example. I have opted B, column B. You see? So the column B is selected over here, and I clicked OK. Now what happened? Just a minute. Use row 1 as the header. See, according to the different classes and what is the percentage, etc., the graph is plotted. I have to customize, modify, etc. That I will come to later. Okay. Mostly after this break, I will do. Right now, I'll quickly show you about this male and female chart which I have plotted. Okay, I'm going to edit chart. What I can see, I am opting for a donut chart over here, and I'm choosing the data range from my D1 to D1000. whatever be the data range I have chosen, and I'm giving a label. And what do you mean by aggregate? Base total. See, without that, it won't come. You have to take the aggregate values. Then first row as your header. If I'm not opting this, your column heading, sex also will be coming in your chart. You can see 6.01% also coming because your column heading also is considered in plotting as a qualitative data or as a category. So this is not a category. My first row is a header that is chosen. Then you can see the percentage is coming properly and your graph is getting plotted. Now I can customize the graph. First, I can change the style. I can choose the donut. See this, how the donut should be coming. If I keep, see, that hole is closed, 25%, 50%, I can customize. Okay. Then whether you want to label the slices, label the slice with value or percent. Suppose I'm taking value, it will give the count, how much it will be, and the labels will be coming accordingly. And then all these setting and what color you want. So here even you can change the color settings from here. I will be showing it to you after the break. So you can change, you can edit your graph, you can change the color, you can do all the setting, discount, male, female. I have changed the graph color and I made it change from default. So all these editing options you are getting within your edit chart option. You can go to customize and you can change all the styles. Okay. I think we will take a short break and continue from this. Right? Sonali madam?
Yes, yeah, okay, ma'am.
So we will take a 10 minutes break?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Till the time, if the participants have any query, they can post it in the chat box. We will keep a record.
Yeah, even I'm present over here, so they can type. I will be responding it after starting the session.
The participants, we will be starting in 10 minutes. There is a break. In between, if you have any query, any question, any doubt, you can post it in the chat box. Okay, so or on the WhatsApp group also, if you want to put, we will keep a track and we can ask the resource person at the end of the session. So kindly be there after 10 minutes because ma'am will be starting with the further part of the Excel representation. Participants, hope you're back. We are starting the session after the break, so kindly be in.
I think we are on time, no? 11:10 already. I hope everybody is back.
Yeah, ma'am. Participants are ready.
Yeah. I'll share my screen. Yeah, I think right now we are here, right? So different types of charts we can plot, and what kind of data you have to plot in which form of chart, that is very important. I think this must have been discussed in last sessions or maybe in the coming sessions also. So generally you can see here male, female, here this is a categorical data, right? So a pie chart or a donut chart will be a proper visualization, because here I'm getting the number of males per females this much. And certain case, if you want to get exactly the numbers or percentage, the histogram or bar chart, etc., also would be a good option available for that. So depending on the nature of the data, we will be choosing which graph we want, which kind of a chart we have to plot. Now, after plotting the graph or chart, we may have to do some formatting also, right? We may not prefer the default color. For example, male, female, here it came with this blue and red color. I don't want, I may have to change it, right? Every time you look at here, once you click on this, I just clicked on that chart. You can see 3 dots on the right hand side. Click there, you're having an option to edit the chart. Yeah. So now go to edit chart. You're getting an option. First, you can choose the data range, etc., etc. All options are there, which we have seen already, right? Now, I want to change the color. So you can go to, see, I'll show you customize. You're having chart style right now, what kind of, and then whether you want a 3D chart. See, you can see, just click 3D, your graph change. So like that, you can have different options, what kind of a font you want for the writing. See, you can change all these things. What is the background color? I want my graph to be with a particular background. See, you can choose all these things, or what color should be for the border, or whatever beautification you want for your graph. You see, you can do it from here. Now, click at the graph here. I right clicked it. I right click on the graph or the chart, format. See, you're having diverse color options. Suppose I want to go with these colors, dark red 3. Click it. See, my graph changed accordingly. Second one, again, pie slice, what color should I give? I want to give blue, for example. So what I have done, I'll repeat. You click on that particular, see, you can see, I don't know whether it is visible in your screen. I hope when this mouse pointer comes over here, you can see that area gets highlighted, right? See, I'll show once again. I removed. Now I brought the focus over here. You can see it is highlighted. Right click, go to format pie slice. This slice, what color is to be given for this slice? Okay, I want to give this color. Choose it. See, slice got that color. I have to change this blue. So I come here. You can see when the mouse pointer comes, there is a border visible. That is a focus comes over there. Right click, format pie slice. I want to give a different color. Say this color I want to give. Right? See, I changed the color. Okay, so this way you can format the graph as you wish. I'll do once again. Let me give a greenish color to this. What happened? Yeah. We want to give green. The focus got changed. Just a minute. Okay, now coming to this same way, count of male and female. Same way, you can right click over here, chart style, chart axis title. You can make all changes in the same way by choosing the color. You can vary. So all formatting of your graph can be done. Default, the colors will be chosen and it will be done. And later on, you can make your necessary changes, beautification, and whether the axis title label, see this 1, 200, 400, etc. The axis labels are to be given. All you can do from edit chart here. You can see the axis labels, x-axis, what should come, and etc. Or see legend. Legend give you what kind of font, all options, what labels you are giving, all options. Show as axis line. If I remove this, that line is gone, that line comes. So you can fiddle around all these options available and you can do the beautification of your charts. I hope this is fine, all of you. Now, after this, next I'm going to, so this part we have done. We can go to chart, we can insert the required chart and we can choose the chart type, etc. from your chart editor, and you can choose and plot the required charts. And after plotting the chart, the important aspect is to understand what information it gives from the chart and give a proper interpretation to the chart. That is most important. It's not that just showing the image, but what does it mean? Male information, I can inform there are more number of male passengers, or approximately 1/3 are the female passengers, and etc. visualizations I'm getting out of it. From the histogram which I'm showing on the screen, I can get the parents or children. Majority of the passengers does not have parents or children on board, because more than 600, among total I have 887 passengers. Among 887 passengers, you can see approximately 650. The passengers does have 0 parents abroad, 0 or 2, etc. So 0 parents or children aboard. So this kind of visualization is very useful to understand your data. Now I'm coming to the next topic, that is the conditional formatting. At least you got an idea from the image given over here. I have given some color to the female, male, etc. My data, I have given some color representation according to a pattern. So how do we do it? Okay. So I'll go to the link again. So look at here. Filtering. Yeah, look at here. Here what I have given, I have gone to data. Pardon? Okay. I hope. Yeah. Before going to that, first I will show you about data. Data, you're having an option column stats. Is it visible? Here? Yeah, column stat. After choosing this, what information it gives? See, first it is asking me which column. Default, it is coming on column number K because one cell was selected earlier. So I can use this arrow key and I can go to the previous column. Suppose I want to get the column statistics about, say, age. You can see here, age. So about age, what column statistics is? First row is a header. So ignore rows. I have clicked here plus and I ignored first row. Now you can see in the selection that title row is removed. I'll repeat. When I click the minus, rows selected will be 0, right? Then your heading row also is considered. So here I'm putting ignore row, one row is getting ignored. And I'm coming to, then automatically system gives you this chart. I have not done anything other than, I just asked for the column statistics for column E. Is it clear? So I'll repeat what I have done. I went to data. In the data menu, I went to column stats. Okay. And in the column stats, what I have chosen, I want to choose the required column. So which column I want? I want to discuss about, say, age column. Using this arrow key, I have gone through the required column. And also my first row is the heading, which I have ignored. Clear? And then system automatically gives you the count. See, age. You know already the minimum age is for 0.422. It goes up to 80, right? We have already seen earlier using min and max function. So up to 80, how many passengers are there? This statistics already gives. Which age group is maximum? I think 22, right? Looking at this, 22 has 39 passengers with 22 age. And there are 37 passengers with 28 age. See, this information is directly given by column statistics, column stats. And what else it gives? It gives the maximum frequency, 5 values. 22, age 22 has frequency 39, means there are 39 passengers with 22-year-old. There are 37 passengers who are 28-year-old from this whole list. See, otherwise I should have used a count function, right? Here I didn't do anything. I just chose the column stats. It gave me all these information, 18 passengers with 36 and so on. Now, what is the least frequency values? Look at here, 20.5, 1%. 55.5, 1%, like that, all the 5 values with least frequency is given. There can be more with 1%, right? We have seen 0.42 is with 1% and etc. So these values are 5 least frequent values are given over here. If I click most, 5 most frequent values are given over here. Okay, now, here it is showing total rows 1000. Why it is showing total rows 1000? I have only 887 data, right? Then from where it came 1000? Because I have chosen the entire column. Okay, so entire column, 888 cells are there. So among 1000, 112 cells are empty. Since I have chosen the whole column, I have not selected a particular range. Because of that, it is selecting 1000 columns, 1000 rows automatically, and out of that 112 rows are empty. Unique values, 89 unique values are there. What does it mean, 89 unique values? Some people with the age will be repeating, right? 22 year. 22, you have seen already 39 people are with the 22-year group. 28 are with 37 and so on. So repetitions are happening. So among 889, there are 89 different age values. Clear? That information also I got from column statistics. Sum of all the ages are coming to 26,141. Is the sum of all ages, that is 22 plus 38 plus 26 plus all 887 values together. The sum is coming to 26,141.17. Why that 17 decimal value? Because there are some ages represented in 0.42 also. Decimal values also were there. Because of that, the sum is coming. So it is sum of all the values in that group. Now, what is the average age of the passenger? Column statistics gave me that information also. 29.47 is the average of this entire column. I have not applied any explicit formula. If I need, I have from the formula, from the functions, I have average, I have sum. Now all these formula are automatically applied by choosing column stats. Median. What is meant by median? Anybody can answer, unmute and answer. Median. If you arrange the values in their sorted order, that value comes at the middle. Yes, yes. Thank you, Punim. If the value comes at the middle, is the median value. So once a median value is given, median is 28, means almost 50% of the passengers are having an age less than 28 and remaining 50% are with age 28 or more. So average gives you the average age of the passenger. So average may get deviated by, suppose one passenger with a 90-year-old may be affecting in the average, but in the median that will not be. All the passengers arranged in the sorted order of their age, what age comes, the age of the passenger comes in the middle. Now, minimum age and maximum age, right? This includes all these information. See, just with one function, data, column statistics gives us all these, where we are applying multiple formula and taking individual values. Clear, all of you? And even the distribution. So distribution gives 0 to 11 year age. How many passengers? See, count is 77. 11 to 23 and 23 to 34. How many passengers are coming? All. So you know maximum number of passengers are with age 22 to 23 to 34 age group. Least number of passengers with 68 to 80 age group. All this information you got. Clear? So you can get the count, individual count, as well as you can get the frequency distribution from here. You need not apply anything further. Directly with just, can anyone repeat how did we reach? We have gone to data, column stats, and choose the required column. That's all. That gives us information. So I think for your data analysis, this column stats will be one of the very useful option, because many information comes at a single click. Okay, now other than age, if you want something else, suppose I want to know about the fare, right? See, what is the fare coming over there? What is the maximum value, minimum value? See, count a different range. What are the, all these informations are coming over here. So whatever field you are taking, it gives number of parents or spouse aboard. So 0 people on board, spouse or siblings or spouses abroad. 604 cases, no one was there along. 209, one person along, and etc. So this information also, see these particular columns, column number F's information came over here. Okay. Now I'll close this. Is this part clear? Any queries? Because this may not be visible in your sheet. Once I close the sheet, this particular information will be, must have lost. That's why I'm repeating, go to data and column stats and choose about which column you need it. Okay. Now, next I'm going to conditional formatting. How I gave these colors. So I'm going to format. I'm giving a conditional formatting. Now, apply to which range you want. See, I want to see, I will take now about the passenger class, for example. So my data range, I'm choosing, say this range. Okay. Range B I have chosen. I don't want K17. So I'm just removing. I'm choosing range B. Okay. Now, what formula I have to? Is not empty or the data is. What kind of a formatting rule? If the cell is empty, if cell is not empty, if the cell contains a particular text, this is what I have used when I sorted with male and female. You can see in the column D, I have given blue color and etc. So if the text contains M, if the text contains F, like that I have given. Here I'm giving if it is greater than what? Greater than 2. Then I'm giving a color. See, all the case where greater than 2 came with this purple color. Right? I want to add another rule. If it is coming to say, if the cell, the value is less than say 2, what value, what color I should give? If the age is less than, if the passenger class is less than 2, that is 1. See, color came. For 2, I have not given anything. So I can add another rule. If is equal to, if it is equal to what? Equal to 2, then I may be giving another color. Say this color. See. Are you getting? How am I doing the filtering? So your data, you can apply different these filters and you can assign the different color code that gives again another understanding. Now, based on this color, you will be able to sort the data. You can combine the similar data and many other operations you can do in a course. Okay. See, when I click on that column, what formatting I have done, it is clear to you. So in the data sheet, if you want to practice now, you can just click at that column. See age, what formatting I have given, value is less than 20, value is between this, value is greater than, accordingly I have allotted the color. Now what happened, the 20 is not colored? Can anyone say? You are having with the sheet, no? If I want to give color to 20, what went wrong? The 20 is not getting selected. No color is given to 20. Throughout, if you scroll the sheet, you can see where the age is 20, it is not highlighted. What is the reason? Where should I do the correction? How do you check? You can click at that column. What formatting I have given, it is visible. Now, where should I do the correction? Anybody can unmute and tell.
Participants have the option of unmuting themselves and answering, or else they can type in the chat box.
Yeah, type in the chat box, will do. I'm monitoring. How do I do this change? Suppose I want to give color to 20. I'm not mentioning which color, but I want to include 20 also. Now 20 is not included anywhere. It is coming without any color. What is the reason?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, because in the top 1 to 3, you put a conditional value is less than 20. So that's why 20 is excluded, isn't it?
Yes, perfect. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, yes. Value less than 20, I have given this peach color. And I think on your screen, color is slightly changing due to the bandwidth issue. So peach or pink, I'm using the term. So this peach color, actually I put a peach color. So this value less than 20, I gave this peach color, and value between 20.1 and 59.1, 59.9, I have given blue color. Same way, value greater than 60, I gave green. So if somebody is with age 60, I have to check. that case also will be excluded in the same way. I don't know whether any 60 is there. You can scroll through. Yeah, 60 also didn't get the color, if you notice. Because when these formatting rules are applied, those numbers got excluded. So this is one part we have to be careful. We can change it. Just I clicked over there, age less than 20. Instead, what I can do, one option, age less than or equal to 20. If I make this, see now 20 also got the color. Value greater than 60. I can make a change over the value greater than or equal to. Then that case also is included. Now you can see 60 also will be included in it. I forgot which row it was. But anyway, now you can see all are colored. Yeah, 60 also got the color. Right? So this way you can, after applying a filter, still you will be able to make the editing over here and you can make necessary changes. Same way with the male, female. Here I have written text start with M, text start with F. Instead of typing text is equal to and typing the whole thing, I just took the starting letter because only two different starting letters are there. Nothing else is coming. Otherwise, I may be opting text, instead of text start with M, I can have text ends with the text contains, text does not contain, text is exactly. So depending on your data, you can choose any of the filters. Here I use the shortcut because I male, female, starting with M and starting with F will serve my purpose. Clear? This filtering part. So this is also a very good visualization of our data. And many times when we have to sit and sort, many times it happens. At least for now, I'm telling about say teachers or even with your research data. Some extreme values you have to identify. So these kind of a filter will help you to highlight the required content and quickly go through and make the necessary action on it. Some cases empty. For example, you must be collecting the data through a Google form or Google form. Okay, you can make some field mandatory and you can get the data. But still, there is a possibility. See, if it is a mandatory field also, what some people do, they can put a dot instead of entering some information. They can put a dot and you can, if you are not put proper filter in your Google form, even people can put, if compulsory data entry asked, they can just put a dot and they can escape from that question, right? So when you come with the actual data, research data and do the analysis, these kind of information will be misleading. So how do you check? Sitting manually going through each and every data like this one by one is very tedious task. So you can put these kind of a conditional formatting over there. You will get the column highlighted. Quickly you can identify any such cases are there. If it is empty, you are having this option also, no? Whether the data is empty, you are having that option also. Is empty, is not empty. So these kind of option you can choose and you can proceed. Clear? Any queries you can type in the chat window, and else I'm proceeding.
Clear.
Yeah. So now we are discussing about this conditional formatting. So I have shown you this. What we have to do, you have to go to conditional formatting rules. You have to apply and you have to proceed. Okay. Now coming to the next one, column statistics. This also we have discussed. We have to go to data, click on column stats, and then you can get whether the count, the distribution, and other statistical information also is available over there. Based on these two, any queries? No, then I'll proceed. Now I'm coming to the concept of pivot table. Now, what about a pivot table? See, first I'll show you what information I have extracted out here. Look here, the particular age, right? In that age group, within that age, how many male, how many female, and I took the grand total. You see, for 0.42, only one male. So 0.42 age child, male child is 1. So total age group, 1 person. 0.75, there are 2 female and a grand total 2. There are no males in that. Once you come to age 1, there are 2 female and 5 male and total 7. See, this information extraction I cannot do directly from this data. Yes, one possibility, I can sort the data according to the age, and then within that with the sex, gender. I have shown over here also, I think in my data. See, this we have done already. But how tedious it is to sit and count it again. Now, I'm telling her it is possible. It is possible by sort, but who will sit and count these many data? See, 0.42, 1 male, 0.67, 1 male, 0.75, 2 female. See, 0.83, there are 2 male. Correct? Age group 1, we are having 5 and 2 female, right? The same information I got as a tabular form over here with less effort. Clear? So what we are doing over here, I'm going with pivot table. So in pivot table, what you have to do, I'll first show here, you have to go to insert menu. There is an option pivot table. Then once you click that option, you will be getting pivot table editor. See, now based on which columns you want. So here I'm taking column D and E. That is the gender and age in my data set. And then which one I'm sorting first. So first I'm taking age according to the ascending order. And I want the total column. You remember, grand total I'm getting at the end. So the total column I don't want. And then I'm doing by the sex or the gender in the ascending order of gender and so on. I'm choosing this option. Let me come to this. Clear? So what I'm doing, I'm going to insert. I'll go to my data, this table I'll show you. Insert pivot table, create a pivot table where it will ask you whether you want to open a new sheet and create the table over there or in the existing sheet. So let me go with the existing sheet. Which data range you want? So I want this data range, say D and E. I selected 2 columns. I clicked OK. Are you all with me up to here?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I'm clicking the option create. Okay. And in the existing sheet, where should I create the table? It is giving me that option also. See, it's not anywhere in the existing sheet. Where? So I'm choosing the range. I want the table, say in this range. Okay. Create. It came. Row column. Now what I want? What do I want in my rows? So what are the rows I expect? Rows I say expect the age as the rows. See, you can see all the age values came as the row. Okay. And in the column, what I want? I want the sex as a column. See, male, female, grand total. Show total. If I remove, total is gone. I want to show total, then I can choose. Same way, below the age, you can see there is a grand total. This is coming because of show total. If I don't want, uncheck it. Otherwise, it will show the total value. Now, it should come as what? Okay. Now, I'll come here. I will show exactly what values I have given. See, column and sort by sex. And then what you want? the sex values you want to, or the gender values you want to show by count A. Count A denotes that count of values. I want count of how many female, how many male, that values I want. There are different options. Some you want and etc. So here I want count. So I chose count and I'm giving status showing, yeah, a count of this value. With this, see, it created the table. So if you are working with the Excel sheet later, now as the time is exceeding, I'm just going maybe a bit quickly, but once you work, just click over here, you will get all the parameters which are already chosen by me. Okay. So here what you have to remember is the count is used. I'll give you the clue. The count we are using when it is a categorical value. That's why I have used count A for the female, because female is a categorical value. I need the count. When the values are coming in a numerical one, the sum also will be working. So you have to be very careful only at that part. Categorical value, you cannot sum up. There you are taking the count. So female, male, etc. are the categorical values, and where I have taken their count. You can see here, sex count A. I have taken the count of 6 values. Okay, there the minimum, maximum, nothing will be coming into sensible one. So that gave me the consolidated statistics, age-wise, male, female, grand total. You can see the total number of male members, female members, etc. Or female and male, and the total number of passengers. See, grand total, their age-wise. Now, this table I can use for my further plotting. I have plotted a chart. You can see here, the chart is plotted. Age is coming on the x-axis. Female is shown by blue line and male is shown by red line. I got a plot of this also. You can see where maximum number of male, female, red is male. Maximum male members are with the age group, say 28. This information extraction is easily possible now based on the plotting, because even from the table, you may have to scroll and look, but when you do a visualization of your pivot table, you will be able to understand much more about the data set. Clear? So what you do? You have to go to insert pivot table. Please use the data set, the Excel sheet which I have shared with you. It gives you the clue about the formula. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. You will forget. Once the session is over, that also will get erased. So please use this sheet and refer. And you can fiddle around this value and you can see the difference. If you are not putting total, what will happen? Nothing will happen. The column get deleted and you can check it again. So don't be scared of experimenting on this Excel sheet. Okay, that is the only way to learn. So you can just make changes as you wish. And if you remove a particular column, what will happen, etc. You can see, you have put this column. If I remove this column, what will happen? You can just remove and see what will be happening. Okay. I'm not doing over here all, because again, redoing will take time and everybody's data sheet get tampered. So I'm not doing, but at your end, you can easily experiment all these things. And if you add more rows, what will be happening? You can try rows and you can add another row, and then what will be coming? Just fiddle around this table. Okay. Fine. Can I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, mostly the last topic for the day, that is slicer. Now, what is the necessity of it? You have seen the data, male, female, etc., etc. Suppose I want to analyze the data of a particular category, say only females, only male. So one option with me, sort my data, delete the unwanted things, right? I can sort the data according to the gender column and I can delete. And I also told that your all data will not get tampered, because you can create a new sheet, you can duplicate your sheet, and then you can sort the data. You can delete the unwanted part or whatever you're looking for, and then you can work on it. Right. Generally, I can say many a times, I'm considering there are teachers also present over here. We may be going with the student feedback, for example, sometime. So we may have to plot the feedback, say subject wise or program wise. What is the feedback of BCom students? What is the feedback from, say, BA students? What is the feedback from, say, BMS students? If we have to do this. So it is not an easy task to just delete the remaining rows and create multiple sheets, right? We may have to extract only one particular required thing, and then we may have to switch. So this slicer is a useful tool for that. So let us see how the slicer works. We are going to data. We have to go to data. There is a data, add a slicer. Can you see here? Add a slicer option inside the data. So what we are doing, I'm adding a slicer. Data, I'm adding slicer. So what problem happened? Two slicers can either have 0 or all common rows and etc. Which already I have added one slicer. I'll go here to my separate data sheet. See, this is what I told, we can delete the columns also. So I'm deleting certain rows, columns, okay, to avoid confusion with multiple data. So in my data, I'll show you, I want to add a slicer. Now, which column? Based on which column? So I want to add, say, based on, say, this column. Okay. So now the slicer is based on sex. Okay. Now, what I want right now, all is chosen. Okay. I'm talking about this right-hand side I'm working with. Suppose it includes blank also. Why the blank is coming? Because I have chosen the entire column. Because of that, you can see here, it is going up to 1000 columns. So these blanks also are coming. 1000 rows, sorry, it comes to 1000 rows. So the blank also came in that selection because of the entire column selection. So I want to remove the blanks. I want to remove, say, females also from my selection. Okay. Now click OK. When you click to OK, see, blank is removed. This also male only. Click OK. What happened to your data? See, it shows only male members in that list. And it shows only male members in the list. Females are not shown, blank also are not shown. Now, suppose I want to change. No problem. Remove and show, click female. See, I got the other list. I need not do any sorting. I need not delete anything. Everything I got in single click. I can always change my selection from here. I want male and female. By removing blanks, click OK. I'm getting my data again. Okay. So I'll be getting, so like this, you can make, yeah, this. See, my entire data came again by removing the blanks. See, it goes up to here. It is not taking the blank rows. Now, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think this much is what I plan to cover for today. So do we need a quick revision of what we have done throughout? First, we have started with how to start with Excel. So we have gone to our spreadsheet and we have used Google platform because there won't be any difference in the version or the version of the software available at our end. And secondly, Microsoft Excel is a paid version. Microsoft Office is a paid version. So this Google as well as Microsoft platforms are giving us free along with our account. So I'm taking this sheet and then we can sign in with our Gmail account or the Google account. And then first what we have done, we got the data in and we can do the sorting of the data and we can make basic understanding. Then we came to how to insert the different formula. So how do we insert the formula? There are two methods. One, using the sigma symbol that is coming on the right hand top corner, or second, anybody? I have shown that, but I have not put it in the PPT. What is the second method? Forgot. From the insert formula. From the insert menu, there is an option, insert formula, and you can apply the formula from there also. And then next we have come to the data visualization with the help of charts. So different charts, and we can plot different charts using Excel, and also we can do the formatting and what all labels are to be displayed and etc. We have the full control of the chart available over here. And after the chart, we have come to the conditional formatting, where we can highlight certain cells which are coming into specific values, definitely for filtering your data and all. There are filters available, but other than that also, this will be one of the useful methods. Okay. Now, column statistics. About any column, it gives almost all the basic statistics required for our quick analysis. So instead of applying multiple formula here and there, you can choose the required column and you can apply the statistics. And how do you go? From the data menu, you can go to column stats. That gives all this information. So most of the plotting, suppose you are getting a bit confused about plotting the charts and all, you need not break your head. Basic histogram, plot of the counts and etc. You can directly get it like this by this method also. And the next one is about the pivot table. This gives a consolidation and creating the required information, compiling the required information as there. So even this consolidated table I have shown, we can prepare the table by other methods like sorting, counting, and etc. But instead of this manual operation, now I got my consolidated information over here, which I can plot or use for other purposes. And then the last one that we have gone through was a slicer. The required rows we can extract based on the particular column or column values, and we can do the slicing. So this is what we have covered for the entire day. Now, if you have any queries, you can ask, or any portion you want me to repeat or anything.
Ma'am, one participant has asked, what is the difference between filter and slicer?
No, filter filters your data exactly, and in the case of slicer, it just gives you that particular slices, and you can directly make a choice over there itself, as I have shown the bar over there.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It won't filter out anything. It will just keep all the data, but you can use with the help of the slicing and quickly you can view it. It will not alter your sheet anyway. It will not delete any data.
Okay, ma'am.
Everything is visible. You can choose from here and you can choose whatever required over here and you can view it. It's a kind of view, I can say, based on the criteria that you have applied.
Okay, ma'am. Participants, if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box or you can unmute yourself. I think we don't have any questions from the participants. Now we will move to vote of thanks. I would like to invite Assistant Professor Sonali Singh ma'am to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sonali. Thank you, ma'am, for such a brilliant and insightful session. First, you took us to the significance of data and the most important thing, the data types, nominal, ratio, because that matters a lot in research. Which type of research are you doing? And accordingly, you will be preparing your questionnaire, your analysis, your interpretation. And then, ma'am, you took us from the basic operation of sorting, then inserting the formula, conditional formatting, to pivot table. So it was a brilliant, and ma'am, the best thing was you shared the data sheet with us. So simultaneously, hands-on, we could also do what you were doing. what you were showing. So it was like a practical session going on, and we can understand, like we understood the session more appropriately, because even I was trying, when you were showing, even I was making the pivot table, even I was doing the conditional formatting. So it would, like I could imbibe and grasp it more accurately. So thank you, ma'am, for such a brilliant session. It will surely help us in our research endeavor, because today, from today's section, we are starting with data analysis, which is a very important aspect for any research scholar. So thank you, ma'am, for taking us through that journey. And really it helped us, because having that hands-on training also helped us a lot. And I hope it's clear, and like every doubt was clear. That's why none of the participants, except one question, we did not have any questions. Maybe when they're solving, they might have it. When they're doing your analysis. And on the PPT was also brilliant. And participants, we will be sharing the PPT which ma'am has showed you. Ma'am has sent us to us, and we'll be sharing it in the WhatsApp group. Now, I would also like to thank our management, which always encourages us to upskill our competency. Our visionary leader, director, Dr. Mrs. Ansi Jose, ma'am always motivates us to think ahead. Then our in-charge principal, Professor Dr. Moshmi Datta, as I have said earlier, ma'am is like research and ma'am goes, like they are synonymous to one another. So ma'am always motivates us to write a research paper, participate, arrange or organize a research workshop. And our vice principal and IPAC coordinator, Dr. Mona Mehta, ma'am has been instrumental in designing the whole workshop, which is really a boon to the research scholar, because we are seeing the different aspects. We started from the introduction, now we are into data analysis part. Even tomorrow we will further take the analysis part. So thank you, ma'am, for arranging such a brilliant and insightful workshop for us, the IKAC members, my co-conveners, Ms. Vishaka and Ms. Sonali. So we will, and also the wonderful participants we have, without the participants, the workshop wouldn't have been like the success it is. So meet you all tomorrow. Thank you for today's session. We will take the analysis part further. Tomorrow we'll be having a session on SPSS and analysis using SPSS, and also the parametric test, which will be concentrating on one-tail and two-tail t-test. So thank you, Sindhu ma'am, also once again, ma'am, for such a brilliant session. Thank you, everyone. So we'll end for today. Attendance link will be shared over here and also in the WhatsApp group. So kindly fill in for attendance purpose. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
The link is posted on the chat box. Please check and kindly fill the form.